Hello, I'm Cameron Lopez, and today I will be talking about the Turkish storytelling culture. I believe one of the best ways to find out about a culture is through their arts. This includes dance, theater, music, the culinary arts, and the visual arts, such as painting and sculpting. I believe the arts are important. Like Jack Kennedy once said, I look forward to a world that is not afraid of grace and beauty, and when we are all gone from this earth, and when all of our buildings have been left to rubble, we will not be remembered for our victories and losses in battle, nor will we be remembered for our business or statecraft. Instead, we will be remembered mostly for our contributions to the human spirit. And so that is why I've chosen the Turkish storytelling culture. First, I will talk about who started it. Then I will talk about how it is done. Then I will talk about a couple stories that this person has created. Finally, in closing, I will talk about how it is still alive today in the Turkish culture. Let us begin. In the beginning, a very good place to start. In the beginning, the storytelling culture started by one man, Nazadim. Nazadim was born in 1250 BCE. No one knows quite where. Some people say he came from Iraq. Some people say he's around modern Istanbul. But no one is for sure. Some people even say that Nazadim came from Pakistan. But still, these are all theories. No one knows for sure. Nazadim was a famous sheikh who traveled from caravan to caravan with people that he enlightened through wisdom and storytelling. He appeared to be a rather dumb fellow. However, this was not true. He only appeared to be humble because he created a character when he was telling his stories. His stories would be complex, about culture, about religion, about sex, and about business and humility. Now, in the beginning, to start off this storytelling, he would recite a joke or a poem, and then he would move on to the story. They'd be elaborate, beautiful scenes depicted through words, somewhat like a fairy tale. Like how Americans view Little Red Riding Hood, he would come up with a story that was just as popular. Some of his followers write them down. And he always knew when he had enlightened a new person, for he said, "My students, I know already when they've left me." And so that is how he would start. He would tell his stories, and the audiences would listen. After the stories were told, then he would open up the floor to questions. These people could question him any way they wanted to. Then after that, after the questions were all answered, he would then leave. But before he left, he would recite either a joke or final words of wisdoms reflecting on the entire evening. This was as much as a storytelling culture as it was a classroom. And then, after it was all done and settled, he would leave. Now, some of the stories he would tell are The Man and the Other. The story, The Man and the Other, is about two men who fell in love with each other between two warring tribes, two warring cities. They would meet secretly under the tunnels of the cities. They got magic from the moon goddess, and so they were able to move Earth, creating a tunnel system that they could meet in secret. However, one day, another neighboring tribe came in and destroyed the city, killing one of the fellow's lover. He was so angry that he could have destroyed both cities with his power that he got from the sun goddess. But instead, he picked up both cities and smashed them together, creating peace and enlightenment for the rest of time. Now that is one of the stories Nazadim told. One of the other stories is The Man in the Mirror. A woman fell in love with a man in the mirror. He was a creature, ugly, but kind of heart. And so, she befriended him, and soon after his ugliness melted away, and he became a handsome prince. She wanted to go with him, however, she had two stepsisters who were evil. They took her mirrors and smashed them all. She thought all hope was lost. However, when she cried, her tears made a pool of water, and in that she saw his reflection. She went inside the pool of water, and they were happily married forever. Now there are two stories. Both are like fairy tales, fairy tale style. Now, after they had been told, the floor was open, and questions could be asked about anything. The characters, the relationship with the characters, and even the significance. Now, let's go to excuse me, I'm getting tongue-tied. Now, let's go to importance of today. Nazadim was recorded to make at least 6,000 stories. 500 of them have been written down, and are just as popular fairy tales as in America we have Disney stories. These fairy tales are still told in elementary schools, nursing homes, and private events all over the country of Turkey. And it reflects the time and the culture of previous years. I believe this Turkish storytelling culture is very important. It preserves old ways of thinking, new ideas, and enlightenment that Nazadim shared with the world, his gift to us all. And so, from this speech, I hope I have enlightened you into a new culture and a new artistic way of expression. As Nazadim used to say, we must all find the person we choose to be, pursue it, find it, inhabit it, and make it better. Thank you very much. My name is Cameron Lopez. Thank you.